Now, the casting news is not over for The Mandalorian. We got a second. This was the day after we learned about Pedro. We're now learning Gina Carano has joined the cast of the live-action series The Mandalorian. This, according to The Hollywood Reporter, that Gina has joined the cast of the what they're calling the inaugural live-action Star Wars television series. For anyone unfamiliar with her, she is a retired MMA fighter and has since she does a lot of action movies. And I'm not saying this to be rude. It's just the truth. She's not known for her acting ability. She's known for her ability to succeed in action sequences. She is a great physical actress. Jessie, I think you can empathize with me. She's just not a known
honestly,
actress.
Like they announced this, and it was like, who?
Right.
And I don't want that to sound bad because I'm sure there are people who are like, oh, she's such and such.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, I saw the article and then like Deadpool. Okay, who was she in Deadpool? So I mean, I looked. I was like, oh.
And she was cool in Deadpool.
I was like, okay, yeah, she was cool in Deadpool, but again, the character was very little words kind of thing. She was kind of like this.
She's the enforcer.
Yeah, she was basically like kind of a strong, like she kind of kicks Deadpool's butt. She was like a Russian like fighter kind of thing. Like, so it's just like, okay, great. So I am curious to see if maybe she'll have more dialogue or what kind of role.
Yeah. David, you're a little bit more familiar, right?
So Gina and I go way back, like
way
back. We're talking like 2008.
Kindergarten?
Like our relationship's a good decade old. I know her from the Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 game.
Wow.
Did you ever play that one?
No, but I know friends that did.
So with Red Alert 3, they tried something pretty different.
Okay.
They threw a lot of cutscenes into their game, and they had a pretty awesome cast. They had Tim Curry as the Russian leader. J.K. Simmons was the president.
Wow.
George Takei was the Japanese leader, but Gina was one of the Russian operatives that would like pop up on the screen and tell you, oh, you just beat that objective, here's what you need to do next. And then she would interact with Tim Curry every now and then as they're conspiring together to destroy the other two factions. And so I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed her in that role.
That's awesome. I had no idea that she had involvement in video games. When I did some research on her, because I only knew her from Deadpool. She was in Fast and Furious. I wrote that down. Haywire, and it was actually Fast and Furious 6. So again, reiterating, action. That's what she's known for. Physicality. That is someone that you'd want to see cast in a Star Wars movie, because that tells me that the action in this series is going to be of a high caliber. That excites me.
And I think that's really important because if you look at some of the nerd chat rooms on the interwebs, there's a lot of conversation about choreography and fight scenes. They talk about it in the Marvel Netflix shows all the time. I think they dub it like the hallway scenes is how they kind of describe them.
Well, think about Daredevil Season 2. My goodness, going down that hallway, that was all one shot.
And they do that multiple times throughout the Marvel Netflix shows. The Titans TV shows getting a lot of love because of the fight scenes. So I think more and more people are wanting to see that action, and I think she's going to give it to us.
Is it melee or melee?
I think people say both.
Melee. Okay. I think that's what we're going to get a lot with her character. I don't know how big of a role she will have, but it excites me. Is she another Mandalorian? Is she a bounty hunter? Is she a good person? Because I think you could maybe make the argument that she doesn't play the best baddie, or maybe you think she plays a really great baddie, but she could be a good person too. I think the assumption is, because of what we've seen with like Deadpool, for example, that she would be cast as someone, like a rogue or a dark side, but maybe she's good. Who knows? We just know that she got cast in the movie, and that is really exciting for us. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that we haven't touched upon with her? Do we think minor or lead characters? Go ahead, like a minor or major character.
I want to say maybe in between. I want in between.
Okay.
Major character if they're announcing her this early.
Okay, I dig it. I'm going to say in between a minor and major. I think she'll be a reoccurring character, and we'll find out together. What do you think about this casting news that we have Gina Carano in a Star Wars property, The Mandalorian, Jon Favreau's streaming service for Disney+. The service itself which will debut in 2009. Let us know down in the comments below.